President Trump took to Twitter to complain about the unfair treatment that he is experiencing regarding the impeachment inquiry. So on Twitter, he said, "So someday, if a Democrat becomes president and the Republicans win the House, even by a tiny margin, they can impeach the president without due process or fairness or any legal rights. All Republicans must remember what they are witnessing here, a lynching. But we will win." It caused the firestorm, of course. Not only is the president whining about something that is regular in terms of impeachment proceedings.
In terms of investigations and
Yes.
probes, which are like not new.
Yes. In terms of following the Constitution. This is now, of course, we don't usually go through impeachment proceedings with presidents, but still, when you do go through it, this is nothing new. The investigative aspects of these things are very normal to what we see right now. It's just very normal.
You may disagree.
You could.
About the merits.
You could.
Or you may say that, hey, I don't think there's enough evidence. But to like present this as some sort of like unprecedented,
Right.
like I don't know, like this is like this a coup.
Yes.
Like a coup.
Right.
This unprecedented like I guess investigatory power grab.
Right. And again, this is very unfair. This is very unfair for the sitting president, Donald Trump. There's just no substance to that. But for President Donald Trump to equate this to a lynching, it makes it something different now.
Like he has no way to defend himself.
Right. But the comparison to a lynching, okay? So I would think that Donald Trump would know what a lynching was. I honestly would not be surprised if he attended a lynching in his lifetime.
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he attended one last week.
Damn, okay. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. A lynching is a murder, to put it simply. It's usually done by hanging, and it's definitely associated with black people. This was, at its height, it was during the early 1900s, mid 1900s, civil rights movement, stuff like that, where black people were viewed as less than, and white people were allowed to kill these black people in mobs of white people. It would be an event. They would advertise the event. They would bring food. It would be
picnic.
Yes.
Or they call it picnic.
Yeah.
Picnic.
But these were that's what lynching is. That's what we know them to be. But the actual definition is an extrajudicial murder. It's a killing, extrajudicial killing
by a mob.
By a mob of people, usually done by hanging, but it doesn't have to be a hanging. But it definitely is an unlawful killing. So for Trump to compare this to supposed unfair treatment, even if it's warranted that he is being treated unfairly, it's not anywhere near the same.
This is the same dude that took out a full-page ad in 2 newspapers begging for the Central Park Five to be executed.
Yep, he sure did.
Even though it had already been proven that they were innocent. Mm-hmm. So he was essentially taking part in a lynching.
Yeah.
Well,
he wanted to see a lynching.
He wanted to see a lynching.
Yeah.
So I really don't have no sympathy for this dude.
No.
And like, he's acting as if there's nothing to go on as far as his behavior that I guess can be considered criminal. I guess behavior that would warrant a impeachment inquiry. Mm-hmm. He's acting like there's nothing there. He's acting like, his campaign manager is not in jail, has been indicted. Mm-hmm. He's acting like his former national security advisor wasn't indicted and pled guilty. He's acting like the deputy campaign chair was not indicted and pled guilty. He's acting as if his personal attorney is not serving time now because he was indicted and pled guilty. He's acting as if his foreign policy advisor was not indicted, pled guilty, and served time. He's acting like his other lawyer, Giuliani, is not being looked at right now because of campaign finance violations.
Even if what you said, every single thing that you just rattled off there was not true, is anybody coming at him with the rope and trying to string him up?
And even if it's just like it's more rhetorical, or he was like using an analogy, it's still what doesn't even follow.
No, it doesn't.
Even if he's just talking about the political version to that, it still doesn't follow.
No. Again, a lynching is a murder. There is no two ways about it. A lynching is a murder. If he meant a political lynching, then maybe he would say it. I still, no, I would not suggest anybody actually use the term, not in these United States of America, not with our just horrible, wicked, just dirty, disgusting, despicable past. I definitely would not advocate for using the word lynching for some other use. But Donald Trump, I guess, he found it necessary. You know who backed him up? Somebody actually backed him up, and it was your senator. It was this guy's senator over here, Senator Lindsey Graham, the Republican from South Carolina, the Senate Judiciary Committee chairman as well.
We don't live in the same state.
Nah, I don't. I mean, two different sides. Damn, then I have Tim Scott.
Yeah, exactly. You live in East South Carolina.
Yeah.
I live in West South Carolina.
But anyway, so we have a clip of Senator Graham defending Donald Trump, defending Donald Trump's use of this language.
What's the status of your
tweeted on
sanctions bill
lynching this morning, comparing it to his impeachment inquiry. What is your reaction to that?
I think that's pretty well accurate. This is a sham. This is a joke. I'm going to let the whole world know that if we were doing this to a Democratic president, you would be all over me right now. Not one person has asked me a question. What do you think about the fact that President Trump doesn't know who his accuser is? What do you think about the fact that the Republican minority cannot call witnesses, that everything's done behind closed doors? I can only imagine if this were a Democratic president, what you would be saying to me right now. So it shows a lot of things about our national media. When it's about Trump, who cares about the process, as long as you get him? So yeah, this is a lynching in every sense. This is un-American. I've never seen a situation in my lifetime as a lawyer where somebody's accused of a major misconduct who cannot confront the accuser, call witnesses on her behalf, and have the discussion in the light of the day so the public can judge. If this continues in the House, it's a complete sham, and I will do everything I can to make sure it doesn't live very long in the Senate.
So Lindsey Graham is confused too. He doesn't know what a lynching is as well. Or if he does, he's trying to, I guess, redefine it. I guess it has a new definition now. It's not actually a murder. It's not a extrajudicial killing. No, it's not associated with, black people in the 1900s and
it's just having closed door
racism.
It's having closed door meetings.
Yeah.
It's having closed door testimony. That's what a lynching is now.
Closed door testimony for which Republicans are in those rooms.
Republicans are in those rooms.
It's associated with Donald Trump not knowing his accuser, which is standard right now because the actual trial has not even taken place. The trial takes place in his house, the Senate, which it hasn't gotten to the Senate yet.
He said he doesn't want it to get there. So he's complaining about something while trying to prevent that thing from happening.
So he was asked if he could understand how this could be offensive to black people. And what do? He doubled down. So this is what he said to that. Yes, African Americans have been lynched. Other people have been lynched throughout history. What does lynching mean? That a mob grabs you. They don't give you a chance to defend yourself. They don't tell you what happened to you. They just destroy you. That's exactly what's happening in the United States House of Representatives right now. In his definition, for some reason, he left out the word killing. In which, again, lynching, if there's one word that you have to associate with lynching, it's some version of kill. Kill in, killed, kill. In some tense, you would have to include the word kill. Maybe murder. Maybe you could include a synonym. But it would have to be the end of life type of word. This is also Lindsey Graham, but old Lindsey Graham. This is from late 2015 when Donald Trump was only campaigning to become the president of the United States.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. He doesn't represent my party.
So he was a racist, race-baiting, It was a bigot.
Doesn't represent my
Xenophobic.
party.
Not a conservative. He didn't say that in that clip, but he had said that in that time frame as well, that he was not a conservative. I believe he also said something to the effect of, if Donald Trump was the nominee for the Republican Party,
We pay for it or something.
Yeah,
we
like
would
they
it would
deserve to
destroy.
be destroyed.
We deserve to be destroyed.
Yes. But now, sometime later, he's not a racist, and I'm gonna back him up at every turn.
100%.
This is a lynching.
Yeah. I don't know what Donald Trump has on Lindsey Graham, or somebody got something on Lindsey Graham. You don't make a 180 like
No,
that.
not like that.
It's just, this is not just some party loyalty
No,
stuff.
it's not.
It's deeper than that.
But see, and that's where, you know, the Republican ideology is what it is. The conservative ideology is what it is. Lindsey Graham, when he was on the campaign trail trying to attain the Republican nomination, seems like he was able to tell the truth about Donald Trump, that he was a bigot, he was xenophobic, he was a racist, didn't stand for conservatism, would be an insult if he stood for the Republican nomination. Again, he was able to tell the truth about him, but then once he got elected, it was, well, I don't mind his racism. I don't mind his xenophobia. I'm going to back him up. Why? Because his agenda is one and the same with mine. So who the hell cares about all this, you know, controversy that he's causing, all these offensive comments, all these racist dog whistles, and who cares?